Oh my god. Oh
Hi everyone, it's Mel here and welcome back once again to my channel, Pebbles and Peach. Today I have a bit of a higgledy-piggledy video for you. I just kind of want to let you guys know about this because this story was like so insane and the day was so insane and it was unexpected, so I didn't plan to film it. So I've tried my best to like get this into a coherent, cohesive video for you guys and explain to you what actually happened in the north of Spain. As you guys may or may not know, I travel around in a self-converted Ford Transit, and this happened whenever we were meeting our friends Freddy and Bronte, who are Australian but we met in Amsterdam and met again with in Italy, and then we arranged to meet in the north of Spain as Aaron and I were actually down the Costa Blanca, and the weather was, do you know what, it would have been nice if it hadn't been for the wind, but some storms were hitting Spain and oh my goodness, the wind was absolutely insane, the gusts were crazy. So we decided we're gonna start heading towards home anyway, heading towards the ferry at Santander. So we arranged to meet our friends Freddy and Bronte in the north of Spain near Bilbao. Little did we know that storms were raging up there and got really bad just as we arrived, and yeah, this is what happened. But before we dive into the video, as always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you could go down and hit the little subscribe button, you guys know I always really appreciate it. And if you want to get notified of future videos, then don't forget to hit the notification bell too. Basically what happened is the night before this all went down, we actually stayed together at another spot. It was maybe about halfway up the mountain, and we noticed in the morning, oh, there's a bit of frost, a bit of ice, a bit of snow. This is quite cool, quite fun. Neither of us have heaters in our van, so I mean we were cold but it wasn't that bad. It was maybe about 0, maybe 1 degree Celsius. So we were okay, but we kind of thought that night, right, okay, the weather's getting bad here, it's kind of turning. Let's try and find somewhere lower down than where we stayed last night. So we ended up finding this spot on Park for Night that we thought wasn't too high up. So we get there and it's actually like the start of a walkway or something, which is quite cool. We find this little cabin, we spend the night in and have something to eat, have a bit of a drink. And I was joking because it had been like snowing the night before. I was kind of messing around and being like, oh, imagine if we wake up tomorrow and we're just snowed in. Didn't think it was actually going to happen. And the next morning I got up, I opened our curtains a little bit and seeing that there was snow all over the side windows, all over the front windscreen, and I was like, hey, you know what, I'll grab my phone and film my reaction to the snow, thinking it'll just be a little bit of snow laying on the ground, it'll maybe look quite pretty. So I wanted to grab that like first reaction. So yeah, this is what I seen whenever I opened the door.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
So Freddy and Bronte come over, we're all like, oh my goodness, can't believe that the weather's like this, joking about saying let's make a snowman, but then we realised that it's actually still snowing quite heavily, and if we don't try and move the vans and get down to lower ground, then we could potentially actually get stuck on this kind of, I say mountain, but we weren't up the mountain, it was kind of down it, like we weren't at the peaks of hills or anything like that, we were just maybe higher up than we realised. So kind of realised actually this is a bit serious, we could legitimately get snowed in here. And you know, we'd have got by, like between us we all had water and provisions for a couple of days, but who knows whenever weather's like that how long you're actually going to get stuck there for. So we made the decision, let's just try to slowly make our way downhill. As we are from Northern Ireland, we know a little bit more about dealing with ice and snow, like if the van slips we know about pumping the brakes, things like that. So explained that to our friends because they're from Australia and don't really have to deal with the snow all too often. But it was so cold, I got my €9 thermals from Lidl and stuck them on underneath my clothes, had my hat on, had extra socks on, like it was actually freezing. It was definitely sub-zero, it might have been like -1, -2, but it was very cold. So we're like, yes, neither of us have heaters, wouldn't be a great situation to get stuck up here, so let's just try and make our way down as carefully as we can. After a bit of trouble, we managed to get our Ford Transit out and aim towards the road. Another way we were really lucky is I think there might have been a farm just further up than where we were, and a tractor had recently been either up or down, we could see the tractor tracks. So thankfully they actually let us see the road, because you actually couldn't tell what was grass and what was road anymore because it was just snow everywhere. So thankfully we had the tractor tracks to follow. Darren and I get our van pointed out, and then disaster, Freddy and Bronte's van gets like stuck in the snow. It won't get out. We're all out trying to push the van, trying to move snow so that it can get, the tires can get a bit of grip. And we're like, okay, this is pretty serious now, we need to get going. The snow is still like falling quite heavily.
Bloody cold.
And yeah, it just makes you kind of realise that in van life you really have to be prepared for every situation. I mean, our van was not prepared. We purposely followed the sun on this trip. We were not prepared for snow, and we don't have a heater. Our van really isn't suitable yet for being in cold climates, but we were at least prepared in other ways. So I do recommend van traveling or van life or camping, always have those backup clothes, those emergency situation clothes, the thermals, the extra socks, the coats, the jackets, to keep you getting wet and cool. And also definitely have something like a hot water bottle or heat pack. I boiled my hot water bottle and had it so at least my hands and my stomach were warm whenever I was sat in the front of the van. So yeah, thanks to Freddy and Bronte for sending me their videos and photos of what happened. So I know it's kind of might be jumbled up, but this is like all of our each perspectives of what was going on. So obviously they were behind our van seeing what was going on. We were in front trying to lead the way, and we actually crossed another truck on the hill trying to get up that was stuck in the snow, and it was just absolutely crazy. And yeah, this wasn't a planned video, but I've tried to do my best to get all the footage together, and this is kind of how it went down from each of our perspectives.
Snow is falling all around me. Another van is stuck in snow. So there's the highway through there. So it's just snowing everywhere.
Wasn't any snow there yesterday.
No snow there yesterday. All those houses through there have got snow. Woohoo! We made it down. Safe and sound. There's Mel and Jack's ahead. Snow covered van. Beauty.
So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're ever camping or van lifing in a camper van and disaster like this strikes, hopefully you guys as well will have some extra measures just in case something like that happens. Like, as much as it seemed funny and like, you know, oh my goodness, we actually did get snowed in even though we were joking about it, like it actually can be quite serious, and we're just very lucky that we carefully made our way down the hill and got to, I want to say, better weather, but it was absolutely pouring and slushy and still quite snowy even off the mountain. But yeah, just be prepared for all weather, all things whenever you're van living or camping. Yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. If you made it this far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very soon for another upload. Bye guys.
I'll raise a glass to you, and you'll raise a glass to me, and when they're half full, we'll top them up with whiskey.